I'm Drexel DeFord. I'm the Chief Information Officer and Senior Vice President at Seattle Children's Hospital. Seattle Children's is a 250-bed quaternary tertiary specialist hospital for pediatrics. It includes a foundation that is used primarily for fundraising and a big research institute that's number 5 in the nation for pediatric funding for research. When I first arrived at Seattle Children's, I spent a lot of time with my clinicians, my doctors and my nurses and my allied support. And I realized pretty early on that they spent a lot of time waiting. The way we've really solved it is by virtualizing applications and ultimately using Wyse thin client devices to help us through this work.
So I'm the Chief Technology Officer, but really what I do is take a lot of advice from folks who work with me. And they all came to me and said, this is the device we needed to have.
The beauty of the Wyse and the way we've got this set up is that now you get in and you get logged in that first time. We're looking right now, we're actually seeing somewhere around 30 to 35 seconds to get logged in for the first time of the day. You start looking at that and we've started adding up the savings, and we figure we're saving somewhere around 45 minutes a day for a provider. And that's key, because you start looking at that over months or years, and that's significant savings.
For us, over the next 5 years, we predict that we're going to save $6 million in hardware, probably a little over $1 million in staff time, and $300,000 a year in energy savings. And that's real money that we can put back toward treating kids and doing research.
One of the differences between the Wyse deployment from deployments of the past is we haven't had to train our end users. Typically we have to walk them through the differences of the new device, the nuances. But with the Wyse device, it was set it and forget it. One
of the things for us is while we've been doing application delivery for a long time and doing that pretty well, we've been saddled really with the PCs as our end user device. What we were looking for was something that required no maintenance.
I've got 5,500 end user devices. I started off with about 5,500 PCs, and every one of those PCs, really no matter how hard we tried to make them exactly the same, they never were exactly the same.
One of the keys for us for being able to manage a large installation is consistency, and the way we deliver consistency is through the use of provisioning services.
Rather than trying to update thousands of end users and thousands of computers, we update one image and release it to everyone at the same time.
The key to that is what we call the Citrix provisioning server. It allows us to maintain one centralized image that's streamed out to all of our Zen servers.
So when we were making our decisions about where to go, what devices, what products to use, we looked at both Citrix and Wyse, and we looked at other products too, but it was clear when we looked at Citrix and Wyse that they had a tight partnership. They worked very, very well together.
The relationship between Wyse and Citrix and the firmware that's built into the Wyse device, how it's optimized with Citrix really makes things work straight out of the box first time.
Seattle Children's continues to grow. We operate at capacity virtually every day. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of new construction going on as we build the first wing of a multi-phase project over the next several years. And one of the things that we think that's really going to help us do this growth and do it effectively are the Wyse devices and our ability to really be able to get those devices into place. It's a lot simpler than PCs. It makes the work involved in our projects associated with growth much simpler, and that's a big deal when you've got all this construction going on and you're really trying to move into new buildings quickly.